Hello everyone, it's Matt here and welcome to the first vlog of 2019, or the New Year's Day vlog, you might call it. Just the 1st of January 2019. It is 18:38, probably just about to tick over to 18:39 PM. So it is the start of the evening, and I'd like to begin the vlog with a look at 2018. 2018 was quite a busy year for me in terms of Lego, with about 15 events or meets. So that includes stuff like displaying at Brick Live, helping out at Liberty Bricks and Black Country Bricks, Lug meets as well, and then of course the Brick Central AGM during the start of December, and the Sheffield Lug Christmas meet the day after. That was a really busy weekend. I've been designing and building a lot of models. So if you exclude the stuff from Brickmill Road models, like the flat cars and tank cars and hoppers and that sort of stuff, there's also been lots of stuff like the like buildings and warehouse lettering and all that sort of stuff, and there's been a lot of that. Some of which has been seen on the channel in physical form, some of it in digital form, some of it which has been seen this year will be making a transition into physical stuff. Maybe not next year, but maybe the year after. You know, who knows? It's the future. It's undecided at the moment. But I do want, there's been quite a lot done. Some of which you've seen, some of which you haven't. And there's all that sort of stuff. But I'll get onto that in the 2019 section. I've applied to be the Lego Master Builder for the Discovery Centre Birmingham, or Legoland Discovery Centre Birmingham. And I even got Brick Sanity to print off some event bricks for that. So Brick Factory Birmingham LDC 240318. So I have that to sort of boast about, if you like. And it was, I even got to the live build stage in the bull ring, but it didn't go any further. So unfortunately, but such as it is. And 2018 has been somewhat of a good year. I've got quite a lot done. I've got quite a lot of the models I've wanted built. I haven't done every single model because there's been a few of the snags on my time and money. But that'll come in 2019. So speaking of 2019, it's time to move over to changes for 2019. And I've been looking at and reviewing the watch figures, the watch times, and that sort of stuff. I'm no longer going to be recording Bricklink videos, so they're just essentially going to be check the contents, tick it off, and mark it as complete, give feedback, and that sort of stuff. The change for that means that I won't have to spend time recording it, I won't have to spend time editing it, won't have to spend time uploading it, and then editing it once it's actually got onto YouTube, so I won't have to add the start and criteria and that sort of stuff. What I will do is anything that's interesting in that hole, so maybe it'll be a specialised element or maybe it'll be something like that, I might take a photo of it and upload it to my Instagram account. But I'm trying to move away from haul videos entirely. The only reason I'll do haul videos is when it's part of either an event vlog, or when it's something specialist such as the Tricks Bricks R104 double crossover. That's something that isn't part and parcel of being an AFOL. It's not every day or every month you sort of go off and go, actually I'll need one of those, I'll just order some. It's not like putting a Bricklink order on or something like that. So that not only frees up a lot of time just physically, it means it frees up time on my computer because I don't have to render it, frees my time up from editing it and that sort of stuff. So it just essentially just creates a lot of free time in the schedule, and I will hope to be doing more gaming uploads, so I'm going to be doing a bit more of that later, but I'm hoping to do a few little bits and pieces, some of which you might see, some of which you might not. It depends on what happens. And I've also set up some goals about what I want to do within a reasonable period. So I've got these are short / medium goals and long term goals. Short medium goals, I've sort of saying roughly up till June 2019 I want to get these complete, or at least mostly complete by that sort of stage. So they are finished the AGEIR oil electric, or the as some of you may call it now, the diesel electric switcher. The body's complete. The bogie is sort of the prototype complete, and in they're all built, not necessarily in the right colour. So I do want to get that complete by June, so at least then I have one working model, or one working locomotive. That they're sort of pretty much done in some of the technical aspect. It's just like the other bogie needs to get built. It's just then it's just after that, it's just really just part swap out into the correct colour, which is pretty much just black all over, with a few odds and pieces and a few other bits and pieces. So that hopefully should be done by June. The other thing I want to do is finish the warehouse. Now that's a big task, and I actually have it with me down here. So since you've last seen it, I've added another 12, I think it is, rows of plates here, another one here, so it's a bit stronger. So I'm holding this up just with my right hand here, and I can, if I want to, and I'm not going to do it for long, but I can hold up the entire model just with this hand here. Even though it's only built by 1x2 plates, it's a really nice strong model, and I've got one end sort of done and a bulk of one side. There's a few bits I want to do, change over with this. Change the RR lettering to be closer to the end. It's a bit weird it being in the middle. Fix all the parts, so the R and this dot here aren't in the right colour. There's one or two. There's a 1x2 plate in yellow here which needs to be changed to 1x1 in yellow, and I need to do the interior because it's alright having an exterior, but the interior is empty, so there's no real point in doing that. So the warehouse is certainly something I'd like to get complete. It means then I can take it to shows and that sort of stuff, and that also means making it modular as well. So effectively it will be 2 floors for a warehouse, but split over 3 48 by 48 baselines. That's already 2. So what will happen is it will be moved, so it will be the one corner, the side, and then another corner, and then it will literally just be sandwiching the base plates together and sticking on the external columns to bind them together to make it look like it's a complete model. And then just connecting bricks together and all that sort of stuff, and that's going to take up quite a lot of cost because obviously I've got to finish the interior, but again it will be a nice party piece and it will be something that stands out, and not everyone's built something of that scale, that's that utilitarian. Normally if you've been building something that big, it's either a great ball contraption, maybe an Avengers Tower or something along those lines. It's never been something utilitarian as a warehouse. Maybe a dystopian city diorama, but nothing just as a single building like a warehouse, for that sort of stuff. Also what I want to do and finish by June-ish, or really as soon as possible, is the Life is Strange Before the Storm and the Hidden Folks game plays, or through plays if you like. I have uploaded 3 episodes of Life is Strange Before the Storm recently, and those were all recorded in one session, which was about 2 hours long. So I'll start on the episode 3, and then I'll start recording some of that probably tomorrow, and again that sort of stuff. Hidden Folks again, I'm not going to go through the beach sort of cut DLC. So other people have done it. I'm going to focus on completing the base game, and then that's that sort of gameplay complete. And then obviously I've got stuff like Civ 5 as well, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Just maybe do a bit of gameplay, maybe throw up another episode and that sort of stuff. Moving on to long-term goals. So these are sort of the stuff which is on the back burner, and hopefully the short, medium stuff will get done first. But by the end of the year, hopefully I'll have done these. and that is build a working steam locomotive, because any ones I've currently got have had issues with the chassis, or they've had parts shortages, or it's been this, or it's been that, and I'd like to sort of at least build one, whether it's the Suburban tank, the Camelback. I've currently got an LDD, which I'll be doing a bricking it episode on shortly, or that sort of stuff. Then, hopefully I'll have gotten one completed by December. And you never know, maybe it'll be using a Buies to save a bit of space and that sort of stuff. But who knows? It's a long time off. It doesn't sound like it, but in some respects it is a long time off December, because then we've only just left the last one. I also want to build some nice 1930s, 40s, possibly earlier vehicles as well. So that includes stuff such as your horse and carts, your early like Fords, Duesenbergs, that sort of stuff. And I want to get to the point where it's not just just a lot of trains and maybe a few background buildings like the warehouse, because that's what it's going to be. Essentially, is just a background building. I want to do other stuff as well, which sort of helps it sort of be a bit more cohesive, in sort of something like an overarching project I like to call the American Dream, where it's sort of like a portable, if you like, sort of 1930s, 40s set US sort of train layout, which I can take out to exhibitions. And that's something which I had intended to have its own topic, but I'll segue into it. And there's a few issues with that. Transportation, sorting out something for it to rest on, because obviously I can't always rely on exhibition tables, and they're all going to be different sizes, so I've got to do all that sort of stuff and have that sort of ready. And it's sort of, if you're building an exhibition layout, it's sort of a lot of different things. So maybe I'll be smaller and then progressing to a proper exhibition layout. But I do have stuff on order, like R104 curve track from Brick Tracks. That's on order. And I've already got like a blue brick sort of thing working, but I want to throw it past a few people and sort of see what they say. But one of the things I want to do as part of that is one building, and that building I've got designs for is something I'm going to call Holland Hobbies and Toys, which is going to be like a very classical sort of 1940s sort of model trains and all sort of toys, so wooden stuff and potato guns and that sort of old retro stuff, because I want to start getting in that sort of civilian aspect to the models as well. So it's not just trains, it's not just train related buildings, it's the businesses it serves and that sort of stuff, and build that into a wider sort of aspect as well. And it's going to be the start of doing things like this, because other things I've got or sort of plans for are buying the corner garage and then converting it into like the ground floor. I'm going to build like a Nighthawks cafe into it. So the garage section is going to be completely stripped out and moved into its own thing, but the shell of the building, if you like, or the parts at least, are going to be reused into something roughly similar, in like the sort of like square with the corner cut off. I'm going to go for something similar to that, but a lot more bigger, a lot more fuller. So it will occupy more, so it'll be a bit better floor plan and that sort of stuff. But again, it's the future. There's a lot to work through yet. So that's sort of pretty much everything I want to go through for this vlog. Obviously, there's a lot of time to do some of this, but I've already started getting some parts in. But there's also a lot of stuff which isn't on here, which is sort of like would be nice to do. So such as a second BMR caboose, which I'm hoping to do in dark blue. There's finishing all the custom models, so I've already got a good portion of them. I've actually got a full shelf. Glenn's already seen it. He's half of the BMR team. He's all gone, ooh, okay. It's that sort of stuff where I'd like to get as much complete as possible, but again, it's reliant on money, it's reliant on time and that sort of stuff. So, it's been 2018's been an interesting year, I should say. I'm hoping 29 is as well. And 2019, I hope to start actually hammering the sort of like the exhibition circuit properly, and displaying some of these in real life, because a lot of people will be going, "Ooh, that's interesting. I've not seen something like that," or and it's that sort of wow factor that people who, and I'm not doing them a discredit by saying this, who've sort of gotten commercially available sets and maybe integrated them into their own thing. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, people were sort of going, that's all very nice, but with the exception of time and money, that's something I can do. I want to see something beyond that, and something maybe a bit more creative, because not everyone is on the same level. So some people will be quite happy just buying sets and building them, which I used to be back in the time before, and then I started realising Lego weren't quite doing what I wanted. So then it's moving on to a bit of a hybridisation and then sort of full mock. So, not everyone wants to see just off-the-shelf stuff, and at the same time, not everyone wants to see all custom stuff because they want a bit of inspiration or maybe want to ask you questions. So it's really that thing of trying to get, some more custom stuff out there. And to be honest, there's not really a lot of American sort of stuff which will have, as far as I'm aware, it will have such a cohesive and sort of overarching plan as my stuff, when I get the time and money to build it, of course. So effectively, I'm going to call it quits on this vlog. I think it's been going long enough, and hopefully I'll see you in some more content coming up soon. Maybe, who knows, I'll actually do another drunk game session and finish this off. So that's it for January the 1st vlog, and see you in the next one.